Good evening, everyone. My name is Chris Cooper, known as the Channel Guy Trader, and I'm reporting to you live from Wall Street Trading Satellite Office down in sunny South Florida. Today's date is Thursday, January the 10th, 2013, and here's today's After the Bell Market Summary brought to you by WallStreetTrading.com. Want to first start by taking a look to see how the indices closed the session out here. The Dow Jones was up just about 81 points here. The Nasdaq was up close to 16, and the S&P 500 was up a little over 11 points here. Taking a look at the breadth, we had 3,961 issues advancing. We had 2,246 issues declining on the NYSE, Nasdaq, and the Amex. So pretty much another day in favor of the bulls as far as the breadth goes. We did see a lot of bids in the market today, underlying buying pressure in a lot of stocks here, and the market still continues to have that nice underlying bid in it where stocks are getting bought off the lows and then making new highs. And if you're looking at the right stocks in the right sector, you're going to be doing pretty well in this environment. And there's been a lot of decent trades out there. Again, you just have to make sure you're prepared and know what you're looking for. So let's go ahead and take a look at the SPY here. You can see the SPY is finally getting a nice little close above this range that's been trading in here for the past 6 sessions. 146. We got to close above 146. You can see here we're hopefully we're going to start moving away from this little box range that we have right here. This is the range of the closing prices. So far we have 2 consecutive higher closes, so this could probably be the start of a next leg up. We'll have to wait and see. A little bit of volume starting to come in here today. We still need to see some nice volume come in this market to kind of give us more conviction that this move could take place here. But the moving averages are curving up, and everything's looking pretty good. So the next level to watch on the SPY is going to be this little reversal candlestick that we had here on September the 14th. That opening price is going to be the next resistance level. That opening price is around 146.88. I actually have to adjust this right here myself. All right, that's going to be 146.88. Next level to pay close attention to. Sorry about that. Not the opening price. Sorry, that's incorrect. That is going to be 147.20. I was looking at the wrong thing. So 147.20 is going to be the next level to watch on the SPY. We break over 147.20, which is the closing price of this bar from September the 14th of last year. All right, we can see here the high of this candlestick is 148.11. That's going to be coming in somewhere around here. All right, so those are the 2 levels there. This is kind of like an air pocket right here as well, because there is no resistance above it. So this could act as an air pocket. I mean, if we break over 147.20 with some volume, in the next couple of days here, and we see some stocks acting well, this could be a breakout towards those highs to take us back to the highs from last year. So the market's set up pretty good to continue going higher, and again, there is some underlying stocks that are doing pretty well. So let's go ahead and take a look at the triple Qs. Triple Qs are up 40 cents today, up 0.60%. You can see here the Qs needs to break past this 67.38 level right here on the daily chart. You can see we're coming right back to that nice little congestion that we had from back here in August and September of last year. So this is kind of a little supply zone right here. But if we could start breaking over 67.38, we could get a nice little pop. And just to give you guys a perfect example of, how when you usually market, when we have a supply zone, what happens if those bids start getting pushed up and we start, holding these higher levels, what happens? You get a short squeeze, because most people that are maybe short the Qs have their stop somewhere above the 67.50 area. And you can just tell by the prior, support levels down here. And now it's acting as resistance. Try to break above this level right here. We couldn't. So this is a nice supply zone. And what happens when you push through a supply zone and the shorts get squeezed, or buy stops get triggered, however you want to view it, you get something like this right here. Exactly what happened to Baidu. All right, Baidu popping right back into its supply zone. Shorts getting squeezed, and volume coming in the chart, kind of signifying that shorts are getting squeezed and pressed it out. It's got anybody that's short this nice short that took place in Baidu back here in November. They're still short. Whether it's break even, because they covered some right here, so they may have some on with the break even stop. Those people that have that set up are getting hit out. People that know that this is coming back into supply area that saw the strength in Baidu today, they started buying. So you have 2 things taking place here in this candlestick. If you think about it, you have people that are getting hit from their stops if they got short back here, and they still have some stops up here for maybe break even, or they have their stops above here or up here, something like that. They're starting to get hit. But not up there, excuse me, not up there, but they have their stops in this little area right here, per se. they're going to be getting hit after stops, and you have people that see that strength that they're buying. So you have two different buyers right here: short covers and regular buyers, and that's why you have a nice little expansion bar with some nice volume coming behind that. Then if they have a news catalyst behind that, it makes it even better for news buyers to come involved as well, to get involved as well. So that's what we're looking at on the Qs. If the Qs was to do this, have the same setup there and actually break above and hold above the 67.38, we could see this thing go back up towards the top of this little resistance band right here on the 68.64 level. We take a look at the IWM. The IWM daily chart was up 20 cents today, making new all-time highs here. And this thing needs to pick up a little bit more momentum, but it's trending pretty nice here. Moving averages are looking good. The other indices are looking pretty decent. Of course, we need the Qs to make sure it gets above that 67.38 level, but so far IWM still looking pretty good. Just stick with the trend. That's where you want to just stick with the trend. There's some people out there that are trying to short this market right now, and I'm just telling them, why would you want to short the market? Wait for it to give you some more signals that it's ready to go down, because then when it's ready to go down, everybody will know that it's ready to go down, and it'll be much easier than trying to pick a top. So let's take a look at the gold. GLD had a nice little pop today. Had to do with the whole overseas European. I think they left rates unchanged, something over there from overseas. All I know is that the euro shot up, the dollar got crushed, and the whole commodity sector was off to the races. Crude oil had a nice little pop up overnight, finally breaking over that 94 level, which we'll take a look at here shortly. But GLD, if this thing can hold above 161 for a couple of days, we can maybe pick up some juice. I do feel that the gold is in an attractive area for buying, and I've been highlighting that in the previous videos from this key trend line, and stating the fact that as long as we can hold above this nice little 1640 area right here, that comes from some nice support from the key trend line that we have, and from the regular horizontal price support around 1630, 1645 area, we can see that this GLD, or say gold, can make a move back up towards 1700. All right, you can see we finally broke over that 1660 level, 1662 or so. So could be getting some action here. We'll have to wait and see. I do like the action of the gold miners today. We were actually trading the gold miners to the long side this morning in our chat room. If you have not been to our chat room yet, it's mywallstreettv.com. Password to log in is smart. Still watching this key trend line that I've been showing you guys in the past couple videos here. Remember, if we could get back inside this little yellow shaded area that I have right here, we could possibly get some more buyers, just for the fact that how we're set up in this little channel system. You can see, and let me just take out these moving averages so you can see the price a little bit better. You can see how the GDX was pretty much just trading this little range right here. We got that breakdown. Try to break back inside that channel, couldn't break. Try to break back inside that channel, couldn't break. Try it again. And now we kind of have a little compression going on possibly here, because we got this 44 base, and then we have this key inflection trend line that comes from this prior key levels that could act as like a nice compression level to get some longs in there. So we're going to be watching the gold miners here in the next, next couple of days here to see what they want to do. You can take a look at GG, and GG looks pretty interesting. We actually played some of this today in the afternoon session. All right, and GG's back inside the kind of little channel that it was trading in up here. These key inflection points. You got this inflection point right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this trend line is a little bit relevant. So the fact that it's getting back above this trend line and back above this whole 37 level here, we can see it move up towards 38. We break over the 38. Next resistance isn't really till 39. So some of these gold miners are actually looking pretty good. ABX, was at the bottom of the range, was looking like the crappiest gold mining stock out there, like it wanted to roll over, but now it looks like it's going to hold this little bottom support. So this is a little nice 1, 2, 3, 4 base right here. So this will be pretty interesting, as this level, this 33.35 level, or just call it 33 level, has been holding for the since back here early November, meaning that this could be a nice little solid support where some people are going to be looking to get long and put a stop underneath 33, risking like about $1.50 right now to possibly make a move up towards 37 or 38. So let's keep an eye on ABX. Again, these gold miners are starting to look a little bit attractive. We'll have to wait for them to set up a little bit more. Let's take a look at crude oil. Crude oil's made a nice move up over this 94 level. Sold off a little bit, but you can see how same thing for crude oil. Crude oil here. Crude oil is trying to break back inside of this little supply zone that we have from all this overhead supply from the breakdown that we had back here in September. and this is a nice little supply zone. So if we can hold above this 93, 95 level, call it 94, we'll be looking for a move towards 98. Obviously, it's going to take some time for the chomp through this resistance, if it in fact does, or it could roll over right here. So, gotta wait for some more clues in crude oil. But maybe if the dollar just starts to continue, if the dollar continues its decline, which let's take a look at the dollar here real quick. The dollar got smashed today. You can see it's back below that key 80.25 level we've been talking about here. If the dollar continues its decline towards the bottom of this band, we can see these precious metals, this whole commodity sector start to catch a nice little bid, and we'll see if that happens. So crude oil again looks pretty good. SLV starting to move away from that 29 level there, and if we could start trading above, 30 half, we could really get a nice little move up towards the top side. All right, so let's take a look at some stocks, some strong stocks in the market today. Goldman Sachs, I mentioned this stock earlier in the chat room. Had a nice little, showed strength right out the gate. Closed on its highs on the first 15-minute candle, and after that, it was off to the races. Set up a nice little bull flag on the 15-minute around 11 o'clock, and then off to the races again. Baidu, another strong stock today. A steady grind higher. You can take a look at Baidu. Again, Baidu's back in that supply zone, trying to chomp its way right through back up towards the 116.88 level, which should be the target. So keep an eye on Baidu. If it has some more momentum, we could have some more shorts starting to cover their shares. Because if you think about it on Baidu, you can see it's a little bit cleaner here. Baidu, if you got short Baidu on this breakdown and you had to stop in this area up here, you're pretty much you got stopped out, or you think about covering your shares tomorrow if you go through some more pain. And if you realize that this is a supply zone and you're a buyer, all right, you're going to squeeze those shorts out a little bit more. So we got to keep an eye on Baidu tomorrow and see if it sets up for another nice little push higher. We do have this declining moving average right here, but then again, we're putting the whole fact that we could have some shorts trapped right here and starting to run for a little short squeeze. Cena, same type of a deal here. Sector, nice little bull flag setup from this nice little up move. Nice up move, bull flag type of setup here. Keep an eye on Cena. Take a look at the 60-minute chart. Had a nice little move up today. Nice little trend taking place. And as long as the Cena could stay above this 53.25 level, nice little range here, this could most likely continue higher. So watching these Chinese stocks actually look like they're starting to get pretty interesting. Then you got Sohu, which I haven't looked at the daily chart of this one. Again, Sohu, this one looks pretty good as well. Looks to continue higher. Let me take a look at the 60-minute chart real quick. Not that good as Cena or Baidu, but we'll see. Could pick up some momentum if those Chinese stocks make a move higher. All right, so Goldman Sachs daily chart, nice continued move here. Once it broke over this 134.61 level, off to the races. So some nice action there. Morgan Stanley was showing some good early morning strength with Goldman Sachs as well. All right, so take a look at Morgan Stanley for tomorrow. I like this one a little bit more because it doesn't look like it's extended that much as Goldman Sachs is. All right, even though it is, but it's not as much as Goldman Sachs. And the nice 60-minute pattern that we got right here. All right, for a break, for buy trigger, if it breaks over 20.45. And Wells Fargo has earnings tomorrow, so that's pretty much going to dictate, I think, which way the banking sector is going to trade tomorrow. So we'll see how everything sets up. Apple was grinding against the previous day's lows for the whole day, and it actually held, and then squeezed some shorts out near the end of the day there, and ended up closing not on its highs, but off of its lows, about in the middle, in the upper half of its trading range today. So what else here that I want to mention? That's really about it, guys. So some good action out there. Just make sure you're on the right side of the trade and don't fight the tape. Hope you guys had a great trading day today. I'll catch you guys bright and early tomorrow morning in the chat room, mywallstreettv.com. Password to log in is SMART, SMART. Make sure you follow us on Facebook at Wall Street Trading. Have a great night. Cheers.